women, by and large, are significantly inferior to men at firefighting. Wah! Smell. I seek here the muddy. I know this is pretty radical thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Fembots can essentially kiss my ass. Progressivism is a societal cancer. If you don't like it, Tumblr is that way. Oh, hi there. Welcome to the Freedom Alternative. As I explained in my LGBTist religion video, which you can see here, everything official related to LGBT is not really about non-straight people, but about promoting an ideology. And this has always been the case, but only now are certain folks starting to realize it too. And here's a good example. The Blaze titles "Banned from Pride for being a gay libertarian. Right to marry clashes with right to carry at gay pride event." And then goes, "The right to marry clashed with the right to carry over the weekend in Olympia, Washington, when members of the state's Libertarian Party were barred from a gay pride event because of their support for the Second Amendment. Last weekend marked the 25th anniversary of the Capital City Pride Festival in the Evergreen State, and the Libertarian Party of Washington planned to attend the festival and man a booth, just like in the years past. However, when an attendee called the event's organizer to ask if open carry would be allowed throughout the festival, the Libertarians suddenly found themselves barred from the festivities. Your booth and your participation is hereby banned from City Capital Pride, Schlecht said in a voicemail obtained by The Blaze. "By the power vested in me as the chair, you are banned and you will never have a booth as long as I'm involved in Capital City Pride," she said. "Don't bother calling back. I'm very frustrated. I know you all have a political agenda." "Our message wasn't even about guns at all," he said. "Our message was about the Libertarian Party and how we stood for equal rights since 1972 when we became a political party. For them to ban us for no reason other than their assumptions that we're an open carry group, well..." The article is very long and gets into the minutiae on how it all unfolded. Link in the low bar. But look, this is not the first nor the last time when the LGBTist lobby acts like this. Because it's not about civil rights, it never has been, it's about ideology. Last month, the Canadian Association for Equality was banned from the Canadian version of the LGBTist Pride for similar reasons. They were not totally in line with the LGBTist ideology. In general, this kind of behavior is not surprising at all when coming from the politically correct establishment. And yes, the LGBTists are part of the establishment, no matter how revolutionary they think they are. As I was saying, it's not just the LGBTists, but all forms of PC of organizations. Thomas Sowell remarked the tendency to bring ideological conformity in the academe over 30 years ago. The progressive diversity is only about diversity in how you look and what sexual preferences you have. That's it. The diversity of opinion, which is the only diversity that actually matters in order to bring genuine social progress, is verboten. And you can see this pattern everywhere. Negro politicians who dare to not toe the politically correct party line have to endure stunning abuse and insults from the very people who purportedly represent their branch of identity politics. The gals from #WomenAgainstFeminism have to put up with insane insults from feminists, insults that if hurled back to them, the fembots would undoubtedly throw a temper tantrum, only to then have their issues mansplained back to them by a male fembot. And they then get bossed around with categorical statements that no woman should dare to be against feminism, despite the fact that the overwhelming majority of women wish to have exactly nothing to do with gender ideologues. But it goes beyond than non-whites and women. The establishment has more or less prescribed behaviors and opinions for every easily identifiable category of people out there. And if you dare to disagree, you're an improper or fake Negro, or you're a man masquerading as a woman, or in this fella's case, you're an improper gay. The middle-class left-wing pricks in the cathedral media and the academe now pretty much act like the Catholic Church used to. With a zeal that can only be religious in nature, they purport to boss everyone around and police their speech and opinions, only to then whine if they're called bossy. Ultimately, what is there to say about the spiteful mentality that governs modern-day political discourse? It's very easy to say just ditch identity politics, and I agree that identity politics tends to be cancerous, but the fact of the matter is that identity politics is here to stay, at least for another decade, until the economic decline will compel organizations and the state to either dissolve or roll back some of their focus. When that occurs, silly nonsense like this is likely to be the first one to be ditched. But until then, we're stuck with identity politics. That would not be a problem in and of itself if it weren't for taxpayers' money being used to fund events such as Capital Pride or Toronto Pride or whatever Pride, who turn around and conduct ideological purges. So under these circumstances, all we can do now is to build public opposition to such stupidity and, as Captain Capitalism says, enjoy the decline. We're also receiving unexpected help from within the opposition, which started eating itself, an aspect which is an unavoidable consequence with ideologues based on perpetual revolution. And with that being said, don't forget to click the subscribe button, follow me on Twitter @FreedomAlternate, and consider supporting this channel. Thanks for watching.